Apparently, Sauron's not 100% evil now in Lord of the Rings. I mean, he's quintessentially evil, but apparently he's not now. Because the showrunners of Lord of the Rings of Power, know better. They don't want Sauron to be 100% evil.
Again, it's the subversion, perversion of everything, isn't it? Anything that's nice and wholesome and good must become weird and gross. And anything that's evil, we must excuse and make excuses for and make it good somehow.
I'm going to say this for the 1000th time, Bo. They identify with the villains because they know they're the villains.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, and I mean, you know, whether it be here in the States where we're watching like one party unable to start a USA chant, which you can start at any ball game anywhere in the country, but you get all those people together with that same ideology and they can't do it. They can't sustain it because they don't believe in it. They don't believe in the country they're trying to tear down. The same thing is with these. I know that's a poor analogy, or maybe it's a perfect one. I don't know, but I know that they're tearing down this IP, this thing that was never supposed to be adapted into other media, right? That was what Tolkien never wanted his works to be adapted.
His express pitch as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so here we are. So you know what side of the fence they're on. They know what side of the fence they're on. They are hateful, terrible human beings, and if they can, they will make the bad guy in some way not so bad, because we don't want to feel like the bad guy. Guess what, guys? You're the bad guy, and you know it, and we know it, and we know you know it, and you know we know it. So there you go.
Yeah. So just for those that don't know, so I want to I want to take you back to want to take you back to Rings of Power Season 1, just real quick. So for a lot of people won't know anything about this because no one watched the show. I mean, I didn't actually clock this either. But the show doesn't even keep to its own like established lore. So this was in Season 1 of Rings of Power, right? For those that have watched Season 1 and also, you know, now Season 2, you'll remember this. This was in Season 1. This was Sauron with his army of orcs, and you're like, wow, you know, this was like, actually, this is a cool shot, right? Objectively, it's quite a cool shot. Well, they've retconned that even in their own show. So they open, they opened this season with Sauron's origin. He doesn't actually command an army of orcs, no. Morgoth gets killed. So Morgoth was the former Dark Lord, Sauron's master. And Sauron is doing a big rousing speech to get all the orcs to, work for him, basically. And they kill him. They kill him. So this doesn't even happen, even though they showed it explicitly in Season 1. But they're like, no, mate, no. We're retconning that for Season 2. He gets killed. Right? No word of a lie, right? Bo.
Yeah.
So Sauron gets killed, okay, by a bunch of orcs, okay.
Right.
His body disappears after he screams a big blue light into the sky. This legitimately happens, right? And a bunch of goo, presumably like blood-like substance, watery goo, whatever, trickles all the way down a castle where his body was, and down into the catacombs of the castle, down into the floor, where it forms into a puddle. Okay, right. No word of a lie. This happens, and for thousands of years, this puddle is sat in this castle, only able to reconstitute itself into something because by sheer coincidence, animals go near it and he kills some of them. The puddle is Sauron, by the way. And so only by coincidence does Sauron rejuvenate himself. He could have just stayed there for thousands of years, never to be seen ever again. That is legitimately the writing that we're dealing with the biggest budget show ever. Like they've spent the most money on this ever of any show in the history of shows. Terrible. Terrible.
Do you ever do something in life? Everyone must experience this. You're doing something, you're fairly new at it, and you're sort of aware that you're crap at the thing and you're buggering it up. You're not doing it right. There's a way to do it. There's a technique to the thing, and you're just not very good at it. How do these people, the writers, how are they not aware? How are there not many layers of sort of quality control? How did that get through? How did that get through?
I mean, literally no idea. No idea. Just a bunch of yes men just filleting one another, I'm guessing. Well, anyway, it gets worse. It actually gets worse.
Okay.
So that's just what happens. It gets worse. So here we have it. Apparently, that flashback was meant to be in episode 6 of the first season of the origin, even though they included this as a flashback as well. So apparently in the first season, they were going to contradict themselves. I don't buy that for 1 second, by the way. And it says, then there was no room, so they decided to keep it in for this season. They opened the season with this look back, and I think it's a very smart way to get into Sauron's character. Because what the showrunners are really trying to show is that everybody is a real character. The evil characters aren't just black. They have a lot of nuances to them. No, they don't. Sauron is just evil. He's just quintessentially evil. He just wants to rule everything. He's just evil. That's fine. In the moment he meets Galadriel and the moments when he comes back and he's reborn, that's thousands of years. First, there's the first Sauron. That's the very first scene. Thousands of years before he takes his new shape into this blob, the puddle. And this creature, that's thousands of years before. So he spends thousands of years as a blob. Yeah. And they're happy to admit it. Then when he becomes Halbrand, Sauron, and meets Galadriel, when he comes back, it's like 6 months later, and he has clothes on and meets the old man on the road. He isn't 100% evil. So when he meets the old man on the road and looks back at the dark clouds over the trees, and he makes the choice to go with the people onto the ship, he still doesn't know what he's going to be up to. He does. He's Sauron. He's evil. He hasn't made a choice of becoming what he's going to become. And I think the choice happens when the sea monster attacks the ship and it starts sinking and the old man is asking him to help him and he doesn't. That's what we're dealing with. Oh, Sauron wants to help everybody, but he wants to do that with the ultimate power in the ring. He's getting into everybody's head and manipulating everybody. This season's really about Sauron, how he's going to accomplish what he's going to do. He's starting off with nothing. He's by himself, no army. He's all alone. I hate this. He's not 100% evil, basically. That's the take home from this.
Well, the writers, sounds like the writers are interested in what can be whilst being unburdened by what has been.
Oh, it's so lame. Culture, do you want to give your 2 cents on this?
Yeah. I don't care. I'm going to watch this. If the audience has said we're going to watch this, we're going to watch this. I'll watch Rings of Powder, and tell you what I think of it every week if need be. But otherwise I would never even give this show the time of day. It was so bad in the first season, and now if they have to retro it to pieces, I retroactively fixing things isn't a solution. This sounds quite terrible. So,
Man, I watched all of them. I watched all of last season. It was awful.
Yeah. I'll do it, but I'm just saying I will be more hollowed out inside as a result.
That's fair. Go on, Nick. What do you reckon? You got anything to add?
This is a bastardization of Tolkien's work. This is not Lord of the Rings. This is some fake imitation. You know, like when you go to the store and you got all like the name brand stuff, and then you got like the staff brand, or if you get like go get a prescription filled, you don't get actually the name brand, you get the off-brand name. This is basically off-brand Lord of the Rings.
This is Equate at a Walmart, right?
Yeah,
you're buying the Equate brand.
Yep, just like Star Wars is.
Yeah.
Wasn't there that thing? Somebody really knows what they're talking about can correct me on this, but he wrote the Silmarillion as well, didn't he?
Yep.
And isn't all of this lore in that?
No. Well, no.
Is the
So
Silmarillion
they're actually
after Lord of the Rings, or I don't even know. I've
they're
never read the
making this
Silmarillion. I've never read it.
They're making this up as they go along. So they bought the rights to the appendices.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh,
So
so
they've got the
Tolkien
rights to nothing.
did lay down the outline at least.
Yeah, no. So there's like a whole lore of all of it basically,
Right,
and this is
right,
not doing any of that really.
And they're just going completely off script from all of that. Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, right.
Like there's threads
No
that are
excuse
some characters doing some things here and there, but for the most part, yeah, it's way off base. Way off base. We got some super chats real quick.